In this video, we will walk you through how to manage members in your org. From the Org Admin tab in the header, navigate into one of your orgs. As an org admin, you can manage the members of your org by going to the Members tab of the org page. On this page, you can quickly see the list of members in your org and their permissions in the org. To invite a new member, click on the Invite New Member button at the top of the table. This will bring up a dialog where you can add an existing DNAnexus user to your org. You can simply enter a username and set their level to member or admin. We'll leave Smith J's level at member. From here, you can set several more settings for members. If you're adding members to an org so they'll have access to shared projects and apps, the default settings will be enough. Let's quickly walk through the permissions level. New members with these default settings will not have billable activities access. This means that they will not be able to create new projects or apps billed to the org. New members will have at most contributor permission to any project that is shared with the org. This means that if you share a project with the DNAnexus demo organization and give that org administrator permission to the project, the member Smith J will be limited to only contributor permission to that project. Note that this setting does not mean that the member will always have contributor permission to any project shared with the org. For example, if you share another project with the DNAnexus demo organization and only give the org viewer permission to the project, then members of the org will only have viewer permission to the project, no more. Finally, you can control whether or not org members should have access to any apps shared with the org. By default, members have shared apps access. As we mentioned before, these default settings are recommended when you're adding users to orgs so that they have access to any resources like projects and apps that have been shared with the org. However, if you're adding a member to the org so that they will have the ability to work independently and bill to the org's billing account, you'll have to grant the member billable activities access. If you grant a member billable activities access, they'll be able to create new projects and apps billed to the org. They'll also be allowed to set their default billing account to the org, so all projects and apps they create are billed to the org. This is useful for command line users so they can quickly create new projects without worrying about the project's billing account. We recommend setting billable activities access to billing allowed for org members if you are using the org as a shared billing account. This allows members to not be dependent on the org admin to create projects for them to work in. As an org admin, you'll always be able to see the overview of all projects billed to the org. If you have questions about what each of the access settings mean, you can always click on the question mark next to the access for more information. We'll go ahead and press Invite. The user will receive an email informing them that they have been added to the org with the access that you granted them. You can always edit the access of any of the members of your org. To do this, select the members in your org whose permission you want to edit. Then click Edit Access. Since we selected 2 members to edit permissions, any changes I make will apply to all 2 members. You can choose to edit any or all of the accesses. For example, we want to give all these users billable activities access. We can change this permission and leave the other permissions as no change. Both members have been given billable activities access. As you've seen, the org admin has the ability to add and edit members' accesses to the org and can do so via the org admin interface. For more information about orgs and managing orgs, take a look at the links below. Thank you.